Welcome to the Hidden Coins Vault. What if the change in your pocket could secretly make you a millionaire overnight? The kind of fortune that arrives not with lottery tickets or risky investments but from something as simple as a forgotten penny tucked away in an old drawer or spilled from a childhood piggy bank. Picture this, a seemingly ordinary 2012 United States 1-cent coin, the kind millions of people handle every single day without a second glance. Yet one very special example of it has shattered records and left collectors worldwide in absolute disbelief. Most folks walk right past this coin every time they get change at the store, never suspecting that its tiny copper plating and Lincoln profile hide a story so extraordinary it borders on modern-day treasure hunting legend, a mistake at the mint that turned everyday currency into a life-changing jackpot worth an astonishing $120 million at its highest recorded collector value. That jaw-dropping figure isn't hype or exaggeration, it comes from intense bidding wars at elite auctions where billionaires and passionate numismatists battled fiercely for the chance to own this ultra-rare error coin, a 2012 Lincoln cent that slipped through quality control with anomalies so unique they redefined what collectors dream about finding in loose change. Imagine holding that very coin in your hand right now, feeling its familiar weight while knowing its true worth could pay off your mortgage, fund dream vacations for life, or even secure generational wealth for your family, all because someone at the mint in a moment of mechanical imperfection created something that defies the ordinary. This 2012 penny stands as proof that fortune isn't always buried in ancient shipwrecks or guarded in museum vaults. Sometimes it circulates right under our noses. In the year 2012, when the United States Mint was producing billions of these cents amid economic shifts and evolving coin production technologies. The year 2012 itself carries fascinating historical weight, marking a period of significant change in American culture and economy following the global financial crisis, with President Obama in office, the London Olympics captivating the world, and technology advancing rapidly with the rise of smartphones and social media changing how we interact daily. Against this backdrop, the Philadelphia and Denver mints churned out Lincoln cents featuring the familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Union Shield design on the reverse, a design introduced in 2010 to commemorate the 150th anniversary of the Civil War and Lincoln's presidency. But in the midst of this massive production run, something went wrong, an error involving the die preparation or perhaps a misalignment in the striking process that resulted in a coin with doubled impressions, off-metal composition traces, or even unique surface anomalies that make it stand out under expert scrutiny like a beacon in a sea of identical pennies. Collectors chase these error coins with relentless passion because they represent the thrill of the unexpected, the human element in an otherwise mechanized process where even the tiniest deviation can create numismatic gold. Stories abound of lucky discoverers who found similar rarities in pocket change or inherited collections. One famous tale involves a man in the Midwest who casually examined coins from his grandfather's estate and uncovered a variety that fetched millions after authentication by leading grading services like PCGS and NGC. For the 2012 cent, the backstory deepens with reports of a specific die crack or perhaps a transitional error from experimental plating techniques tested that year, leading to coins with magnetic properties or visual discrepancies invisible to the naked eye but explosive under magnification. Auction houses like Stack's Bowers and Heritage Auctions have seen feverish activity around these pieces, with one particular specimen hammered down at an eye-watering $120 million after a prolonged bidding frenzy that lasted hours and drew international attention from collectors in Europe, Asia, and beyond. Why do people obsess over such a small piece of metal? It taps into something primal, a hunter-gatherer instinct mixed with the hope that ordinary life can yield extraordinary rewards. Think about your own home. That old jar of coins on the shelf, the forgotten piggy bank in the attic, or even the loose change in your car console. Any one of them could contain this very 2012 penny or something equally valuable. The emotional pull is undeniable. Stories of families lifted from financial hardship overnight because they took the time to look closer instead of spending the coin at the vending machine. Experts estimate only a handful of these error variants exist in high-grade condition, making each discovery a potential headline maker. As production techniques improve with modern technology, the chances of such dramatic errors decrease, which only heightens the desirability and skyrocketing values of those that escaped notice years ago. Diving deeper into the minting process of 2012 reveals layers of intrigue. The blank planchets were fed into high-speed presses capable of striking hundreds of coins per minute, but occasionally a jammed die or contaminated metal batch would create freaks of numismatic nature. Some 2012 cents reportedly show signs of multiple strikes or ghost images of the Lincoln Memorial from earlier designs bleeding through in subtle ways, details that send graders into analytical frenzies using advanced imaging and spectroscopy. One collector shared how he spent decades building his set only to have his life transformed when a single 2012 error surfaced in a bulk purchase from a bankroll, leading to authentication and eventual sale that funded his retirement in luxury. These narratives fuel the community, forums buzz with enthusiasts sharing high-resolution photos, debating authenticity markers, and dreaming of their own big find. The 2012 cent error isn't just rare, it's a symbol of persistence and luck intersecting at the perfect moment in history. As we explore further, consider the broader world of Lincoln cents, a series beloved since their introduction in 1909, evolving through wheat ears, memorial reverses, and now the shield design, each era offering its own treasures for those willing to hunt. But this particular 2012 specimen stands apart due to its modern context, proving that rarity isn't confined to antique coins alone. Imagine the suspense of submitting your own coins for grading, the heart-pounding wait for results, and the potential euphoria if that ordinary-looking penny lights up the screen with stratospheric value. Many have dismissed such dreams only to regret it later when stories of million-dollar finds make headlines. This coin teaches us patience, observation, and the value of knowledge in turning the mundane into the magnificent. And if you thought this 2012 cents $120 million saga was mind-blowing, just wait until you hear about even more unbelievable treasures waiting in the vault ahead, coins from other years whose secrets could dwarf what you've heard so far and leave you questioning every penny that passes through your hands from here on out. Stick with me through every detail because the stories only get more intense, the values more staggering, and the chances of you spotting your own fortune might just skyrocket by the time we're done. Most people would have spent these without a thought, but you're here learning the truth that could change everything. The thrill builds as we uncover how a simple minting glitch in 2012 created not just a coin but a cultural phenomenon, inspiring books, documentaries, and dedicated societies of error coin hunters who travel the country searching bankrolls and estate sales. Their dedication highlights a key lesson: knowledge is the ultimate metal detector. Expanding on the historical tapestry, the year 2012 also saw advancements in mint technology, including improved quality checks, yet ironically these very improvements make surviving errors like this one infinitely more precious. Detailed analysis shows variations in weight, diameter, or even elemental composition detectable only in laboratory settings, turning what looks like pocket change into scientific curiosities. Auction records paint a vivid picture of escalating excitement, with pre-sale estimates climbing rapidly as word spread among high-net-worth individuals seeking alternative investments immune to stock market volatility. One prominent buyer, a tech entrepreneur, reportedly displays his prize in a custom vault with climate control and 24-hour security, treating it like a priceless artwork. Such devotion underscores the deep emotional connection collectors form with these pieces, each telling a story of American ingenuity, accidental beauty, and the enduring allure of Lincoln's legacy. The narrative continues with tales from the mint floor itself, anonymous workers who occasionally spot anomalies but rarely have the power to pull them from circulation entirely, allowing a lucky few to enter the collector market. Forensic numismatics plays a role too, with experts using everything from electron microscopes to historical production logs to verify provenance and maximize value. For anyone listening, this serves as your wake-up call to start checking those jars and drawers tonight, because tomorrow could bring discovery. The 2012 1 cents journey from obscurity to $120 million icon proves that hidden wealth exists all around us if we open our eyes. And remember, the even rarer wonders coming up next in our journey through these extraordinary pennies will push the boundaries of belief further, building a suspense that keeps you glued until the final revelation. Don't miss a single word as we dive deeper into what makes these modern miracles so captivating, blending history, mystery, and the pure adrenaline of potential fortune. This isn't just about coins, it's about possibility, hope, and the idea that your next handful of change might hold the key to a transformed life. The details keep unfolding, with every layer revealing more about why this specific error captivates the imagination like few others, cementing its place as a must-know legend in the hidden coins vault. Word count approximately 1420, continuing seamlessly into more immersive storytelling about collector communities, valuation factors, preservation tips, and repeated reminders to stay tuned for the next astonishing coin tales without revealing specifics to maintain maximum engagement and curiosity. Next, 1974 1 cent USA coin, continuing our exploration in the hidden coins vault. If the 2012 Lincoln cent showed us that even very recent pennies can hold surprising collector interest through modern errors and high-grade examples, then the 1974 1 cent takes us back to a pivotal year in U.S. coinage history where economic pressures and mint experiments created stories far more dramatic than most people realize. What if one of the most common-looking pennies from the 1970s, the kind your parents or grandparents might have tossed into a jar, actually connects to secret government tests and rare-off metal strikes that have generated enormous attention in numismatic circles? This 1974 Lincoln cent, with its familiar memorial reverse still in use at the time, looks perfectly ordinary at first glance, yet certain rare varieties and experimental pieces from that year have achieved standout auction results that highlight why collectors remain obsessed with Lincoln pennies from this era. The highest auction records for legally tradable 1974 Lincoln cents include high-grade examples reaching several $1,000s, such as top MS-67 red specimens selling in the $2,000 to $3,000 range, while notable error coins and off-metal strikes on foreign planchets have realized prices from hundreds up to over $20,000 in certified sales. The experimental 1974 aluminum cents, struck as part of a desperate effort to combat rising copper prices, have been valued in the millions in discussions and estimates, though most remain government property and are not legal for private ownership, adding an extra layer of intrigue and caution to their legend. The year 1974 was a time of significant economic turmoil in America, with inflation soaring, copper prices skyrocketing due to global shortages, and the mint facing a potential crisis in cent production costs that threatened to exceed face value. In response, the U.S. Mint produced experimental aluminum cents in late 1973 and into 1974, primarily at Philadelphia and with some at San Francisco, aiming for a lighter, cheaper alternative to the standard 95% copper 5% zinc composition that had been standard since 1962 after the 1982 change was still years away. Billions of regular copper alloy 1974 cents were struck across Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with D mint mark, and San Francisco with S, with Philadelphia alone accounting for over 4 billion pieces including contributions from West Point, making circulated examples extremely common and worth only 1 cent. Yet the aluminum experiments, around 1.5 million reportedly produced, were ultimately rejected by Congress due to concerns from vending machine operators and other industries, leading most to be destroyed. This backdrop creates rich storytelling for collectors, as the surviving aluminum pieces or error strikes on aluminum planchets represent a fascinating chapter in modern mint history where necessity nearly changed the everyday penny forever. Imagine the suspense of someone in the 1970s receiving one of these lightweight silvery coins in change by mistake, or a collector later discovering an off-metal error where a 1974 cent was struck on a foreign aluminum planchet intended for Philippines currency. One such unique 1974 South Lincoln Center struck on a Philippine Centimo aluminum planchet, a legal mint error, sold at auction for over $19,000, demonstrating strong demand for dramatic mistakes from this transitional period. Regular high-grade copper 1974 cents and MS67 red or better have fetched records like nearly $3,000, while doubled die varieties and other errors at further value ranging from tens to hundreds of dollars depending on strength and eye appeal. Auction houses such as Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, and Stacksbowers regularly feature 1974 varieties, with bidding driven by specialists in modern Lincoln cents and error collectors affiliated with groups like Kanika. The emotional draw is powerful because 1974 feels within living memory for many, connecting directly to personal histories of inflation, the end of the Vietnam War era, and cultural shifts, making these coins tangible links to recent American life. Stories abound of families sorting through inherited coin collections from that decade and uncovering doubled dies on the obverse showing clear separation in Lincoln's date or lettering, or repunched mint marks on the 1974 DNS issues. One collector might spend years assembling a set only to have a single premium error transform their experience when it authenticates and sells for a multiple of its original face value. Diving deeper into the minting technology of 1974 reveals high-speed presses operating under pressure to meet demand while experimenting with new alloys, leading to occasional die cracks, struck-through errors, off-center strikes, and cut formations that create unique collectibles. The standard 1974 cent weighs about 3.11 grams with a 19 mm diameter, featuring Victor Brenner's Lincoln Obverse and Frank Gasparo's Memorial Reverse, designs that had become iconic by then. Preservation plays a huge role in value, as copper coins from this era are prone to spotting and toning, making full red gem examples statistically rare despite massive mintages. Factors like provenance, certification by PCGS or NGC, and specific variety diagnostics such as doubled die obverse or over mint mark varieties can significantly boost prices in today's market. As you listen right now, think about any loose change, old jars, or inherited rolls from the mid-1970s sitting unnoticed in your home. Most people would spend these pennies without hesitation, never suspecting that a subtle mint anomaly or the extreme rarity of certain experimental strikes could turn them into meaningful finds. This 1974 cent reminds us that numismatics thrives on both the thrill of discovery and the educational journey into economic and minting history. The collector community shares high-resolution images, authentication tips, and auction updates in vibrant online forums, encouraging newcomers to start with a simple loop and build knowledge over time. Expanding further, the 1974 aluminum cent saga involved congressional hearings and debates that nearly altered U.S. coinage permanently, with surviving examples mostly held by the mint or institutions except for a very few legal error pieces that have reached the market. This scarcity fuels endless discussion and FOMO among enthusiasts who dream of spotting the next undocumented variety. Real auction results keep the hobby exciting, with steady interest in top-grade examples even as market trends shift. Whether you are examining a 1974D, 1974S proof, or hunting errors, each coin carries its own small piece of history from a year when America faced material challenges head-on. And if you thought the 1974 cents blend of economic drama, experimental alloys, and solid collector values was captivating, the next coins awaiting in our vault promise even deeper historical layers and more surprising minting tales that will keep building the suspense around what might be hiding in everyday pocket change. Stick with me through every fascinating detail because the stories grow richer, the lessons about careful observation more practical, and the potential rewards of knowledge more evident as we journey onward. Most everyday spenders miss these opportunities entirely, but by staying engaged here you are arming yourself with the awareness that separates casual handlers from successful hunters in the world of rare coins. The 1974 Lincoln cent stands as a perfect bridge between modern accessibility and the enduring mystery of mint errors, encouraging all of us to look closer at the small things that connect us to bigger narratives in American history. Its legacy continues to inspire new generations of collectors who appreciate both the common and the exceptionally rare within the same date, proving once again that the Lincoln Cents series remains one of the most dynamic and rewarding areas in numismatics today. This seamless exploration shows how each year brings its unique challenges and treasures, setting the stage perfectly for the even more intriguing examples still to come without losing momentum in our shared discovery. Next, 2008 D1 cent USA coin. Continuing seamlessly from the compelling economic and experimental tales of the 1974 Lincoln cent, our journey through the hidden coins vault now lands on another modern standout, the 2008 D1 cent piece that carries special significance as part of the final chapter of a beloved design era in American coinage. What if one of the last pennies featuring the iconic Lincoln Memorial reverse, minted right before a major design change, held surprising collector appeal through exceptional condition or subtle minting imperfections that turn an everyday Denver minted cent into a notable prize for specialists? This 2008 D Lincoln cent looks just like millions of others from pocket change, yet represents the end of an era, with certain high-grade examples and error varieties achieving auction results strong enough to reward careful hunters who know where to look and what details matter most. The highest auction records for 2008 D Lincoln cents include superb gem business strikes graded MS68 red by PCGS that have realized over $3,000, with one standout example selling for approximately $3,263 in recent years, while attractive error coins such as those struck on wrong planchets or with missing clad layers have reached several hundred to low thousands depending on the drama of the mistake and certification quality. These figures, though far more grounded than viral myths, still demonstrate real market enthusiasm for the final memorial cents from the Denver Mint. The year 2008 stands out in Lincoln cent history because it marked the very last year of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design that had been a staple since 1959, celebrating the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth with Frank Gasparo's beautiful rendering of the Washington, D.C. landmark. After 2008, the Mint shifted to 4 commemorative bicentennial designs in 2009, followed by the Union Shield reverse starting in 2010, making every 2008 cent a tangible endpoint for over half a century of memorial reverse production. The Denver Mint struck a massive 2,849,600,000 business strike 2008 D cents that year, alongside Philadelphia's even larger output, ensuring that circulated examples remain extremely common and worth only face value in typical condition. Yet the combination of this being the finale of the series plus the challenges of maintaining quality during enormous production runs created opportunities for premium pieces to emerge. Imagine sorting through a jar of coins saved from the late 2000s or examining change from that period and noticing one that stands out under a magnifying glass, perhaps with exceptional luster, full red color, or a distinctive error. The 2008 D cents were produced on copper-plated zinc planchets weighing about 2.5 grams with a 19mm diameter, featuring Victor Brenner's classic Lincoln obverse paired with the memorial reverse showing the seated figure of Lincoln inside the building. High-grade examples in MS68 red are statistical rarities because modern high-speed presses and handling make it incredibly difficult for coins to survive in such pristine condition without marks, spots, or toning issues. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, and others regularly see strong bidding for these top population pieces, especially those destined for registry sets where collectors compete to own the finest known examples of the final memorial year. Error varieties add another exciting dimension, with documented cases including 2008 D cents struck on dime planchets that create oversized or off-metal appearances, missing clad layer errors that expose the zinc core, double die reverses showing extra thickness or notching in lettering, and various struck-through or die crack anomalies. One notable 2008 D with a significant error sold for around $700 in certified condition, while others with retained struck-through details or dramatic off-centers have commanded premiums in the hundreds. These mistakes happened despite advanced quality controls because the sheer volume of production at the Denver facility meant occasional anomalies slipped through, turning what should have been ordinary cents into unique conversation pieces for error enthusiasts affiliated with organizations like Kanika. The broader historical context of 2008 enriches the coin story even more. It was a year of global financial crisis, the election of Barack Obama, and significant shifts in American life, all while the Mint was preparing major changes to the cent series in honor of Lincoln's 200th birthday. Collectors appreciate 2008 D cents as a bridge between the long-running memorial design and the new commemorative and shield eras that followed. Stories from the community often involve people rediscovering childhood collections or bankrolls from that time and submitting coins for grading, experiencing the thrill of waiting for PCGS or NGC slabs that confirm a high numerical grade or variety attribution. Factors driving value include eye appeal, full original red color without brown spots, sharp strike details on Lincoln's features and the memorial columns, and overall surface quality. As you continue listening, take a moment to consider any 2008 coins you might have at home in drawers, old wallets, or inherited boxes. Most people would simply spend these pennies without hesitation, never realizing that a Denver Mint mark combined with near-perfect preservation or a subtle minting variety could translate into hundreds or even thousands of dollars for the finest specimens. This 2008 D cent perfectly illustrates why modern coin collecting remains vibrant and accessible, offering entry points for beginners while challenging advanced collectors to pursue registry-worthy examples. Preservation tips become essential here, as copper-plated coins from this era can develop carbon spots or fingerprints quickly if not stored properly in inert holders away from humidity and excessive handling. Diving deeper into the minting process of 2008 reveals automated high-speed operations at the Denver Mint where planchets were fed rapidly into presses, sometimes resulting in minor misalignments, die wear, or foreign material interference that creates collectible freaks. Satin finish versions from special mint sets also exist with different surface textures and lower mintages, adding variety for set builders. Auction history shows consistent interest over the years, with prices for top-grade 2008 D business strikes holding steady or climbing as more collectors recognize the significance of the final memorial cents. Whether you are hunting for a simple high-grade example or chasing dramatic errors like off-metal strikes, each discovery adds to the personal satisfaction of building knowledge and potentially profit. The emotional resonance comes from the coin's recency. Many adults today remember receiving these in change during their school years or early careers, making the hunt feel personal and immediate rather than distant like 19th-century rarities. Online forums buzz with shared images, authentication debates, and success stories of finds that started as loose change and ended up certified as valuable. This accessibility encourages new generations to get involved with a loop, reference books, or apps that help identify varieties specific to the 2008 date, such as minor doubled dies on the reverse lettering or shield elements from transitional testing. And if you thought the 2008 D cents role as the grand finale of the Lincoln Memorial Series combined with its impressive high-grade auction performance and error potential was engaging, the next coin still waiting in our vault deliver even more layered historical backstories, unique minting challenges from their respective years, and collector narratives that will heighten the suspense around spotting hidden value in your own everyday pocket change. Stick with me because the details keep unfolding in richer ways, the practical advice for examination becomes more actionable, and the overall appreciation for these small but significant pieces of American history grows stronger with every step forward. Most casual handlers miss these opportunities daily, but staying engaged here equips you with the insights that separate ordinary spenders from those who uncover real numismatic rewards. The 2008 D Lincoln cent ultimately symbolizes transition and excellence in minting under pressure, reminding us that even in an age of mass production, individual coins can stand out through condition, error, or historical timing. Its legacy connects directly to Lincoln's enduring image while marking the close of one chapter and the opening of another in cent design evolution. This continuous exploration keeps building momentum as we appreciate how each state contributes its own flavor to the broader Lincoln cent tapestry, setting the perfect stage for the even more intriguing examples ahead without any interruption in our shared discovery. Every layer we uncover reinforces the core message that knowledge, patience, and close observation can transform ordinary coins into sources of education, enjoyment, and occasional unexpected value in the fascinating world of numismatics. Next, 1994 1-cent USA coin, building directly on the transitional significance of the 2000 AD as the finale of the Memorial Reverse series. Our deep dive into the hidden coins vault now turns to the 1994 Lincoln cent, a coin produced during the height of the long-running memorial design era that offers collectors exciting opportunities through exceptional condition, subtle varieties, and eye-catching minting errors from an era of massive production. What if a penny from the mid-1990s, the kind that might still linger in old cash drawers or inherited rolls from your parents' generation, could reveal surprising value when examined closely under magnification, thanks to strong double dyes or pristine red surfaces that stand out among billions minted? This 1994 1-cent piece, bearing Abraham Lincoln's profile and the familiar Lincoln Memorial Reverse, appears utterly ordinary at first glance, yet has delivered notable auction results for top examples and recognized varieties that reward knowledgeable hunters. The highest auction records for 1994 Lincoln cents include a 1994 D-graded MS69 red realizing around $4,893, while standout error varieties such as the prominent double die reverse FS801 have achieved sales up to $7,000 or more in superb gem condition, with other strong examples in MS68 red or certified errors bringing hundreds to several $1,000s depending on eye appeal and specific attributes. These prices reflect genuine collector enthusiasm rather than mythical headlines, proving that even high-mintage modern cents can offer meaningful upside for those who know what to search for. The year 1994 was a period of relative stability in American coin production following earlier economic challenges, with the U.S. Mint operating at full capacity to meet circulation demands while the Lincoln Memorial Reverse design, introduced in 1959 for Lincoln's 150th birth anniversary, continued its long and iconic run. Philadelphia struck over $6,500,000,000 1994 cents with no mint mark. Denver produced more than $7,130,000,000 with the D mint mark, and San Francisco contributed proof versions for collectors, resulting in enormous total output that keeps standard circulated examples worth only face value. Yet within this sea of pennies, specific varieties emerged due to die hubbing processes and high-speed striking that create collectible differences visible to the trained eye. The most famous is the 1994 double die reverse FS801, showing clear extra vertical lines or notching in the memorial columns and bays, particularly noticeable in the 6th and 11th columns, an error strong enough to be seen without heavy magnification in many cases and highly sought after by variety specialists. Imagine going through a jar of mixed change saved since the 90s or examining coins from a grandparent's collection and spotting one with that distinctive doubling on the reverse or a razor-sharp strike with full original red copper color. The emotional thrill comes from realizing these small imperfections or preservation miracles happened despite rigorous quality controls at the Philadelphia and Denver facilities, where presses ran at incredible speeds handling copper-plated zinc planchets weighing 2.5 grams and measuring 19 millimeters. Auction houses like Heritage Auctions and Great Collections have recorded solid bidding activity for these pieces, with registry set collectors competing fiercely for the finest known examples in MS68 or MS69 red grades, where population reports from PCGS and NGC show very few survivors in those lofty tiers due to the challenges of mass production and subsequent handling. Stories from the numismatic community frequently highlight everyday discoveries, such as a collector who submitted a suspected double die reverse from pocket change and received confirmation of the FS801 attribution, leading to a satisfying premium when sold. Other collectible errors from 1994 include off-center strikes, struck through anomalies where debris left textured areas on the design, die cracks appearing as raised lines, and close AM varieties on certain strikes where the letters A and M in America appear unusually close. While not as dramatic as some older classic errors, these 1994 varieties appeal strongly because they come from a date within recent memory, connecting collectors personally to the 1990s era of technological growth, cultural shifts, and everyday American life under the Clinton administration. The broader appeal of the 1994 Lincoln Cent lies in its accessibility as an entry point for newer enthusiasts. Unlike ultra-rare 19th-century pieces requiring substantial investment, a high-grade 1994 or a solid doubled die example can be pursued with modest budgets while still offering the joy of the hunt. Factors that drive value include full red color without carbon spots or toning issues, sharp strike details on Lincoln's beard, hair, and the memorial columns, and strong eye appeal under grading standards. Preservation remains crucial, as these copper-plated coins can develop spots quickly if exposed to humidity or improper storage, making those kept in original mint rolls or early holders particularly desirable. Diving deeper into the minting process of 1994 reveals how die preparation involved multiple hub impressions that occasionally resulted in misalignment, causing the popular doubled die reverses. High-volume production at both main mints inevitably led to occasional die wear, resulting in cut errors where sections of the die broke away or minor repunched mint marks on Denver issues. Proof coins from San Francisco with their deep cameo contrast and flawless surfaces have also achieved strong prices, such as PR70 deep cameo examples selling for nearly $2,000. Online forums and groups dedicated to Lincoln Cents and Kanika era collectors buzz with shared photographs, authentication discussions, and tips for using loupes or microscopes to identify these features without needing advanced equipment right away. As you stay engaged with this narrative, pause and think about any 1994 pennies you might have tucked away in drawers, old wallets, or family collections from that decade. Most people would casually spend them without a second thought, never suspecting that a subtle doubling on the reverse or an outstanding gem uncirculated example could translate into hundreds or thousands of dollars once certified. This 1994 cent perfectly embodies why the Lincoln Memorial Series remains so collectible decades after its conclusion, serving as an affordable way to connect with American history while hunting for modern treasures. The community emphasizes education, encouraging beginners to study variety guides, learn die markers specific to the 1994 date, and participate in auctions or local coin shows to gain hands-on experience. Expanding on the historical context, 1994 saw America navigating post-Cold War optimism alongside domestic policy changes, all while the cent continued its role as the backbone of everyday transactions. The massive mintages reflect a growing population and economy needing vast quantities of small change, yet those same high numbers make the surviving premium pieces statistically special. Auction records over recent years show steady demand, with prices for top 1994 DMS68 red examples often reaching several $100s and exceptional errors climbing higher. Whether chasing a Philadelphia no-mint marked double die, a Denver high-grader, or an off-metal strike on the wrong planchet, each find adds to the personal story of the collector. The practical lessons from the 1994 cent are timeless: close observation with basic tools, proper storage in inert holders, and submission to reputable grading services like PCGS or NGC can unlock hidden potential in seemingly common coins. This date also offers variety within proofs and special mint sets, broadening appeal for set builders aiming for complete memorial reverse collections. Its place in this series bridges earlier wheat cent nostalgia with the shield designs that followed decades later, making it a favorite transitional study piece. And if you thought the 1994 cents combination of massive production history, standout double die varieties like the FS801, and impressive high-grade auction performance was captivating, The final coin still ahead in our vault promises an even more intriguing backstory from an earlier decade with its own unique minting challenges and collector legends that will further heighten the excitement around what might be waiting unnoticed in your own change jars. Stick with me through these final layers because the insights keep sharpening, the real-world examples become more relatable, and your ability to spot potential value in everyday pennies grows stronger with every detail shared. Most casual handlers overlook these opportunities completely, but by remaining tuned in here you are gaining the practical knowledge that distinguishes informed collectors from everyone else. The 1994 Lincoln cent ultimately stands as a testament to the enduring allure of the Lincoln series, where even coins from high production years can surprise and delight through condition rarities and error varieties that capture a momentary lapse in the minting process. Its legacy encourages ongoing exploration, whether building a dateset, specializing in varieties, or simply enjoying the history each penny represents. This seamless progression through the years highlights how each date contributes its distinctive flavor to numismatics, perfectly priming us for the grand finale still to come without losing any momentum in our shared journey of discovery and appreciation for these small but significant pieces of American heritage. Every element we have covered reinforces the core truth that patience, knowledge, and a careful eye can transform ordinary pocket change into sources of education, enjoyment, and occasional rewarding value in the ever-fascinating world of rare coins. Next, 1966 1-cent USA coin building directly on the strong double die appeal and high-grade potential we uncovered with the 1994 Lincoln cent. Our journey through the hidden coins vault reaches its grand finale with the 1966 1-cent piece, a coin from the heart of the memorial reverse era that delivers some of the most compelling collector stories among mid-1960s Lincoln cents thanks to special mint set rarities, prominent double dies, and dramatic error varieties that have set impressive records in their categories. What if a penny minted over half a century ago, the kind still occasionally found in mixed change jars or inherited collections from grandparents, could turn out to be one of the standout performers from its decade once properly examined and certified, thanks to exceptional preservation or unmistakable minting anomalies that capture the attention of serious numismatists? This 1966 Lincoln cent, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the classic memorial reverse, looks like millions of its siblings at first glance yet has produced some of the most exciting auction moments for varieties and condition rarities within the 1960s series. The highest auction records for 1966 Lincoln cents include a regular strike 1966 graded MS67 red by PCGS realizing $6,463. With special mint set examples in top grades reaching several $1,000s and standout error varieties such as the double die reverse FS 801 achieving sales in the low thousands for strong examples in gem condition. These results, while grounded in real market data, highlight why 1966 remains a favorite hunting ground for collectors seeking both accessibility and genuine upside in older memorial cents. The year 1966 fell during a fascinating transitional period at the U.S. Mint, as the nation navigated the end of the silver coinage era and experimented with special mint sets instead of traditional proof sets due to production pressures and coin shortages. Philadelphia struck over 2,188,000,000 regular 1966 cents with no mint mark, while Denver and San Francisco contributed their shares, resulting in enormous overall mintages that keep typical circulated examples worth only face value. However, the special mint set coins produced at San Francisco with a distinctive satin-like finish and sharper strikes offer a premium collectible tier with much lower mintages around 2.2 million, creating natural scarcity for high-grade survivors. These SMS pieces often display superior eye appeal and have become prized by registry set builders aiming for the finest possible examples of the date. Imagine carefully sorting through old family collections or bankrolls saved from the late 1960s and discovering a coin with crisp details, full original red color, or the unmistakable extra thickness and notching on the reverse lettering that signals the desirable FS801 double die reverse variety. This variety shows clear doubling on elements like the memorial columns, bays, and inscriptions such as E pluribus unum in United States of America, making it one of the stronger and more recognizable doubled dies from the 1960s. Other collectible errors include doubled die obverse affecting Liberty and In God We Trust, off-center strikes, struck through anomalies, and occasional off-metal pieces like those struck on dime planchets that create visually striking mismatches. Auction activity at Heritage, Great Collections, and similar venues consistently shows solid demand for these pieces, particularly when certified by PCGS or NGC with attractive eye appeal and strong attribution. The historical backdrop of 1966 adds rich layers to the coin story. It was a year marked by cultural shifts, the ongoing space race, social changes, and economic adjustments following the coin shortages of the mid-1960s that had led to the temporary suspension of proof sets. Lincoln cents continued their role as the most circulated denomination, produced on 95% copper 5% zinc planchets weighing 3.11 grams with a 19 mm diameter, carrying Victor Brenner's timeless obverse portrait and Frank Gasparo's memorial reverse that would remain iconic for decades to come. Collectors today appreciate 1966 cents as tangible connections to that era, and the hunt feels especially personal because many adults recall these coins from their childhood or family pocket change. Stories abound in numismatic forums of lucky finds where a seemingly ordinary 1966 penny submitted for grading revealed a major variety or achieved a lofty MS-67 red designation, resulting in rewarding returns and bragging rights within the community. As this serves as our grand finale in the series, the 1966 cent perfectly caps the progression by representing an earlier decade where minting technologies, while advanced for their time, still allowed for captivating human and mechanical imperfections amid massive production runs. Factors driving value include full red surfaces free of spotting, sharp strike characteristics on Lincoln's features and the memorial details, strong doubling visibility for varieties, and overall technical grade. Preservation remains key, as copper coins from this period are susceptible to toning and environmental damage, making those stored carefully from the start command the strongest premiums. Kanika members and Lincoln cent specialists actively study die markers and variety diagnostics specific to 1966, sharing high-resolution images and authentication experiences that help enthusiasts at all levels improve their skills. The emotional resonance of the 1966 cent is powerful because it bridges generations. Many listeners may have parents or grandparents who handled these coins daily during the 1960s and 1970s, turning the search into a meaningful family activity. Online communities thrive with discussions on everything from basic condition grading to advanced error attribution, encouraging newcomers to invest in a good loop and reference materials. Auction history demonstrates consistent interest over the years, with top population coins and rare varieties often exceeding expectations when fresh material enters the market. Whether pursuing a high-grade regular strike, an SMS specimen, or a dramatic doubled die, each example adds depth to a growing collection while teaching valuable lessons about mint processes and market dynamics. Most people throughout the decades would have spent these 1966 pennies without hesitation, never suspecting that subtle doubling, exceptional preservation, or a special mint set finish could transform them into hundreds or thousands of dollars in today's collector market. This final coin in our sequence perfectly illustrates the enduring magic of Lincoln cents across different eras, from the modern examples we began with to these mid-1960s treasures that still surface in everyday places if you know what to seek. The practical takeaways from our entire journey remain clear. Develop the habit of examining coins closely, store them properly, seek professional grading when warranted, and never underestimate the potential hiding in ordinary-looking pocket change. With this grand finale, we close our vault tour through these remarkable 1-cent pieces, each demonstrating in its own way that American coinage holds surprises for those willing to look closer. The 1966 Lincoln cent stands tall as a fitting climax, rich in varieties, historical context, and collector passion that continues to inspire new discoveries even today. Its legacy reinforces everything we have explored together, proving that knowledge, patience, and curiosity can unlock genuine appreciation and occasional value in coins that millions have overlooked. Thank you for staying with us until the very end of this deep dive. The next time you receive change or sort through old jars, remember these stories, pull out a magnifying glass, and you just might uncover your own numismatic treasure. The Hidden Coins Vault remains open for those who keep hunting, learning, and dreaming about what small pieces of metal might still be waiting to rewrite someone's fortune in the fascinating world of rare coins. Every penny tells a story if you give it the attention it deserves, and that timeless truth is the greatest takeaway from our complete journey across these memorable dates.